We have with us energy sector analyst Chris Yelland to tell us more about how we can cope in these dark times. Chris, thank you very much for your time this morning. There's a lot of argument out there is that South Africans are sort of moaning about having to use candles, yet we have the majority of South Africans who live like this every day. How do they cope?
You know, the strategy that one can use to save electricity or get by without electricity really depends on the nature of your operation, whether you're a domestic user, even whether you're a low, middle or upper income domestic user, whether you're a commercial business and the nature of your business, and if you're in an industry, you know, your energy intensity. So the strategy you will adopt will vary depending on what type of user of electricity you are.
Okay, let's look at your sort of ordinary suburb, your household in an ordinary suburb.
Well, look at the middle class, sort of middle income level, there's a reasonable amount you can do. But I think the options will be centered around your hot water geyser.
Yeah.
This is a major user of electricity, and if you're a middle income earner, probably the best bet is to install a solar hot water geyser. Okay. Of course, they do cost money. And some people don't have the ready cash available, but it's not a bad investment. In other words, you're going to achieve savings every month, and your savings that you achieve are going to increase every year as the cost of electricity goes up, whereas the capital cost in terms of the interest rate, if you were to borrow money to put in a solar water geyser, your interest rate is basically constant. So your saving every month is going to increase and increase and increase as the electricity prices go up. So whilst you may not think it's such a good investment now, certainly within a few years you'll be really smiling that you took the plunge and installed it. I certainly at my home have installed a solar water geyser. At the lower income level, many of these solar hot water geysers are subsidized by the municipality and by the government, who have a program to roll out solar hot water geysers to low income housing, and one can see the effects of this all over the country. They are being installed, and so that's an option. Other than that, at the middle and upper income levels, things like swimming pool motors. Yeah. You know, a lot of energy can be saved by simply using your swimming pool motor much less, and you'll get by just fine. The use of heaters, air conditioners at the domestic level and even at the commercial level can make a huge impact.
In terms of the usage of gas and now generators, which you might be able to use cheaper because we see the price of petrol going down.
First of all, talk about gas. The electric stove is also a big electricity consumer, and by switching to gas one can save a lot of electricity. But I must caution, the cost of gas, of portable gas, is more expensive than the cost of electricity. In fact, portable gas, bottled gas, is the most expensive energy carrier out there. So you don't think you're going to save money by switching to gas and using bottled gas.
But it's convenient.
It's convenient, if you want to cope and you can afford to. Certainly, and it'll get you by when there is load shedding. You'll be able to carry on cooking using gas, but it's not going to save you a lot of money. But certainly, you know, operating diesel generators, again, this is not a money-saving exercise. This is all about convenience and coping when the power is down. It's, again, a very expensive way of generating electricity compared to grid electricity.
Are we seeing South Africans being responsible in the way of replacing the light bulbs and things that we're supposed to be doing for the more sort of environmental friendly
certainly, you know, energy-saving lights have really become mainstream now. And the use of the old incandescent light is really on the way out. And at some point, you know, these lights are not, and these non-energy efficient lights are not going to be available commercially. So I think there has been a big switch to compact fluorescent lights. There's still further opportunities with the use of so-called LED lights. Unfortunately, they're very expensive at this stage, but in the longer run, you're going to save energy. But it's a case of, do you have the ready money available to put into these things? Many people will see the cost as being prohibitive at this stage. But as time goes by and economies of scale, volumes come in, the prices can go down. And these have, the beauty of these lights is not only are they exceptionally energy efficient in terms of the amount of light they put out per unit of electricity they consume, but they also have an extremely long life compared to normal incandescents and even compact
So
fluorescents.
you won't have to replace them that often. And little things like turn off the TV, let the kids play outside.
Yes, I must say,
candle dinners, nothing wrong with that.
you know, it all saves electricity, and in the big picture, it is going to help. But I wouldn't expect dramatic cost savings because they do consume very low amounts of electricity. But wherever you can switch off, it not only helps you in your bill, but it also helps the supply utility and Eskom and the municipality in cutting down the peak and getting through the peak. And ultimately, if your energy supplier like Eskom can get through the peak, it is also helping you.
Yes, it will.
And avoiding load shedding.
All right, so don't leave it to the next person. You can do it, but thank you very much, Energy Sector Analyst Chris Yelland.